Det här är Teach Me Sweden, en podcast om Sverige med humor av två komiker som försöker lära varandra svensk historia. Jag heter Erik Broström.
And I'm Jonathan Rollins. In this episode, I will be teaching Erik all about an unconventional use for swine.
Och jag vet vad du tänker. Tänker ni på regeringen och staten? Nej, inte de svinen!
No, this one is about how dirty we can be and how clean we can be later. It just runs around back and forth.
Gotta be dirty if you wanna be clean.
Yes, it's about cycling twice.
Ja.
Also known as
Cycle. Nu förstår jag vad det handlar om. Oh, holy hell, God, Christ! You scared me. I scared you. I scared dead people.
Yes, we are here, and it's my turn to teach a little bit of Sweden.
Det ska bli första lektionen för mig i år. Vi har haft exams,
Yep.
Jag har lärt dig om fast food.
Yes, and that was it caught me off guard. The topic of fast food caught me off guard.
Because you don't think it as a Swedish thing, and it's not, but how did it affect us?
Yes, it's great. It was great. I learned, and I've been banking knowledge so that I could make sure I pass my quiz in the
Underbart.
before we go on our summer break.
Det gläder mig.
I did a little digging for this one because I don't want to be obvious, you know what I mean?
Of
but
course.
I knew you wouldn't pick it because we didn't even tell each other.
Nej?
Normally we'd say, hey, mine is about this. I was like, no way.
Yeah.
No fucking way you know about this thing.
Okej. Spännande.
Yeah, man. So let's get right into it, man. The growing cities of the Middle Ages, as you could imagine, were dirty and unhealthy. Stockholm was no exception. I know we like to come across as a clean and always, above that.
Yeah.
But we were a fucking nasty ass.
That's a new
Especially
commodity.
in the
We
city,
were
yeah.
we were dirty, yeah.
The only requirement they had back then for cleanliness was keep the front door area of your house clean. So everything out in front of your home has to be clean. Sides and back, inside.
Okay.
Do what you do, but and don't throw waste in front of your neighbor's house.
Men sitt eget? Nej.
You can't have the front.
No. So no trash outside.
So basically, it makes sense when you think about, in general, it's like, just don't let people see the shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we do anyway, right? So that was kind of the rule.
Okay.
If you do throw trash in front of your neighbor's house, you get 8 days in prison on bread and water.
Oh my God.
Imagine you just lie. I don't like my neighbor. He threw trash in front of my house.
Eller hur?
Yeah.
Fy fan.
So obviously it's not a sustainable system if you're thinking about trash-wise, because there's no real rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So society's building, people are still eating, and trash is gonna come about. It's got to get put somewhere. So everybody has a different idea, as you would think, of what is a good idea to do with the trash. There's no rule.
Right.
So people are just doing different shit. So basically, the city streets were filled with household waste. And like people smoking, so you got ashes, people using wood and stuff, like just all over the streets. And there weren't bathrooms in the homes in the Middle Ages.
No, so people shat on the street.
Shitting in the street as well. That's right. In Stockholm, they used to defecate in cesspits over large cesspools that often leaked onto the streets. Hello, Mr. Johnson.
Oh my God. I knew that Gamla Stan was fucking filthy as shit. But
pun intended.
Oh.
Because people were literally shitting in the streets, especially in the cities. But as we'll talk about that later too. But cities isn't like now where most people live in the city. It's like people lived spread out, so it wasn't as bad. But the town center might have a cesspool.
Wow.
And it's like, go, don't play in the cesspool to the kids.
But mom.
Exactly. At the end of the Middle Ages, there's a public das, that's built on the Stockholm shores. And, just a little bit more structure. I guess they're just like, we don't want to fuck it up too bad. But this is the old days, and people live more in harmony with nature as well. So it's not like you got so much different types of trash. It's basically human waste, animal waste, It's not like you got packages of cereal boxes and shit like that.
We don't have plast.
Exactly.
Yet. Yeah.
Stuff like that. But one solution they had, since it was kind of just like waste, let's let pigs roam the city.
And eat it. It's fucking brilliant.
So they were saying, we'll let pigs, they like to eat bullshit. They eat whatever.
Yeah.
A hungry pig. You've seen Snatch.
I haven't. Snatch, yeah.
So we'll let them take care of it. So they just let these pigs roam around, nerfing around, as y'all would say, oinking around is what we would say. And they would roam freely and eat trash about the city. You'd just be at the barbershop. Oh, there's a pig going by.
Oh my God.
Food scraps were used as fodder for pigs. And then they would get the soil back. They would basically use the manure.
Yeah.
It was like their form of like recycling.
Yeah.
We'll run this pig shit out to the farmers who use it to feed their plants and crops and stuff. And then the pigs will eat up our waste. And then
that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I like it. Should do that now.
In 1557, Gustav Vasa, heard about this guy, he issued an eloquent decree about this.
There was nothing eloquent about that guy, but continue.
Of course, it's translated that no uncleanliness may be kept either in the streets. So uncleanliness means no trash.
Shit.
In the gutters or at the ports. And where there are some who do not want to keep their houses clean, and in places that they should keep clean, the same shall be punished with money and arrested. School and all the gutters are cleaned twice a week, starting at the top of the city and then continuing one town after the other until they succeeded at the bottom by the lake. Whoever is found to be disobedient or negligent shall be fined 1 mark. I didn't look at the amount of that. So we'll just say a million.
Yeah.
The first and second time, 3 marks, or maybe the mark. Is it a whip? Nah.
It's a whip.
You think it's like a lashing?
I don't know.
3 marks the third time and then doubled each time after that.
Wow.
So he was serious about it. He's like, we need to clean this fucking city up.
Yeah.
There are reports of foreign diplomats visiting Stockholm and fainting from the stench. Welcome, sir. Sir?
Vad de svimmar hela tiden. Kom nu.
It's a beautiful view out there.
Titta, grisen äter. Gå närmare. Titta.
It smells like... Imagine the smell of like pig shit that's sent back through with eating human shit.
En sidospår. Jag hörde att när spanjorerna kom till Sydamerika så trodde de att de som var native de hade typ att de jag vet inte om de hade typ något för näsan eller någonting. Alltså det var någonting, de luktade så mycket.
Så de
spanjorerna luktade så mycket,
okay.
Så att de som bodde där, det var någonting de gjorde, de typ sprayade dem, alltså de gjorde någonting. Wow. Och de tänkte så här, de tror att vi är gudar, och bara, nej, ni luktar skit.
I haven't changed my pants in a week. I've soiled myself again. So they were in 1641, garbage disposals that released both solid and liquid waste directly on the streets, which they had.
Yeah.
They were banned then. So up until 1641, they could have just garbage disposal, and it's like it fills up and then poof, it releases onto the street.
Yeah.
Like finally, the trash is...
Shit.
We finally got enough trash, and now we'll just drop on the street and see what happens. Let the pigs handle it. There was a garbage collection was done at the time.
Uh-huh.
The person left in charge, it's very logical, of garbage. You know what? I want to ask you. It's quiz time. Okay. I didn't put the sound on. I do have quiz music, but I didn't put it on. So whatever.
Yeah.
What is the least? What person is the least likely or the dumbest to have as your garbage collector? What person would you say?
The cop.
Okay. You're in the right area.
Fireman.
You're close. You're close.
The doctor.
No. You're getting farther away. The doctor makes more sense.
Also, like the military or something? No.
The executioner.
Oh!
There's not enough people getting killed. There's not enough people breaking the law so bad that they have to get executed. You and your assistants, you're going to go around figuring out the trash issue.
Det här jobbet är inte vad det har varit.
I've been sharpening my blade. That's why his blade was dull. He was busy picking up trash.
With his blade.
Death just...
Goddamn turd.
That's a pig shit.
Kan inte folk äta lite så de blir hårda i magen? Det här, det är bara...
You gotta wipe the side of the blade to pick up diarrhea.
Oh my god.
Oh, you were drinking last night, Tony, huh? Vomit on the street? Really? Here? This is technically in front of your house. I could take you in for this. You're lucky I like you. In the 1800s, waste was collected from the city's workhouses, so-called powder sheddings, which drunken people could tip over and spill everything, which happened a lot.
Of course.
In an Aftonbladet article, a writer complained about it and saying these people who are often less sober in advance become even more drunk during the performance of their duties, and that you can thus see them with their thin rags going through the streets. 10% of the population lived in cities in the early 1800s. So that means most people lived out in the rural areas. At this time, the streets and gutters still served as garbage dumps.
Wow.
In the best case, I'm guessing like probably Years Home or some shit like that, the good neighborhoods, they put the waste in a pit in the courtyard.
Oh.
And this seemed like, okay. This seemed like, all right, we'll just keep it makes our house look
know
clean.
Where it is, we know where it smells.
However, this let all of the bacteria and germs, they were all gathered together and out in the open air.
Yeah.
And in 1834, cholera reached Sweden.
Ooh.
And then they were like, maybe this is a bad idea. Hey, Burden, can we talk to the doctor now? To an epidemiologist?
Does he have any thoughts?
And then they said, why don't we build garbage dumps outside of the city?
That's smart.
So in 1868... 3 years after slavery was abolished in America.
I want to say fucking recent.
1868. It was forbidden by law to throw waste on the street.
Och det är det fortfarande idag. Yeah. Wow.
So that cholera thing really changed the game.
Ja, verkligen.
It made sanitation a municipal concern in Sweden.
That's imagine to be in the front line of that career move. Men jag vill städa bort skräp. Men det finns ingen framtid i det, Bengt. Jo!
I think we should probably keep the trash right outside the city. Just in a big pile. I don't know what you're thinking.
Okej, Bengt. Var det du som spred kolera, eller?
You're coughing up blood again. You smell like pig shit. In 1859, Stockholm got a sanitation company mainly for the removal of latrine, which is bathroom, and the latrine barrel began to be collected by men who were so-called couriers.
Well, fancy word for a shitty work.
I'm a courier. What do you do for a living? Why do you smell like shit? I'm a courier. So then they started constructing sewers for stormwater. They were like, maybe we can do that. In 1868. And then, but that's what they did with the stormwater.
Yeah.
And then in 1909, they said they would connect the sewer to closet, like bathrooms, water closets.
Wow.
So it's like, once we get these together, then, we're getting the waste. The human waste is kind of the big problem.
Yeah.
Stockholm was at the forefront of handling trash because they had been separating stuff in order for they still wanted to get stuff back to the farmer for fertilizer. Recycling has a long history in the capital city, Stockholm. From 1895, the pigs were allowed to eat household waste. This was different. Now the stuff was going to the sewage. All the trash was going to one location, and that's where the pigs were. Instead of having the pigs roam the city, the pigs will roam the waste department. And they were like, this is what we'll do. At the Lövsta sewage treatment plant, the pigs could eat the household waste. And then the pig shit would be, the pigs would get filled up and we could sell it as pork back to the city and get some money back. And then whatever doesn't get sold, eaten, and that's the fertilizer. And we send that back.
Wow.
But then the pigs were eating all of this toxic bullshit, and they died.
Nej.
So as early as 1899, they said, all right, enough of the pig shit.
Det var då vi fick de här automat-snabbrestaurangerna. 1899. Finns det ett samband?
What do we do with these dead pigs? Burgers. Hot dogs.
Women can eat them.
Now women can serve hot dogs. Give me the gloves. At the beginning of the 20th century, the 1900s, a large part of the waste was horse manure and our poo. In 1907, the people of Stockholm would throw away garbage in 2 separate containers.
Okay.
So they're like, all right, we'll take our trash. This trash here, and then this trash.
Vad var det för olika då? Vad var det för olika skräp?
One is for partly non-organic. And then there was partly organic.
Oh, cool.
So partly organic means shit.
Yes.
Gotcha. If you don't have a toilet in your house? Okay.
I have to go partly organic.
I gotta go take a pow. I'm gonna go take a partly organic waste.
Where are you going?
You gotta go pow.
Where are you going? Pow!
He ran out of here. He ran out of here with a plastic bag.
Han gjorde ett hål i väggen.
Oh man, he went twice. It was a pow.
It was a pow. Han gick iväg, han kom tillbaka, han gick igen.
What did he eat? Indian food? What's that?
Well, that's pow food.
What are they called? Indian parties? They're called powwows.
Yeah. So close. Vad är du sugen på att äta? Pow.
Really? Full goddamn. All right. The city began making use of waste, selling it as fertilizer to farms around the city. Now that they had it separated, they were like, oh, we can... and Sweden's ahead of the game in this whole thing.
Yeah.
But with the rise of the consumer society, waste became more and more similar to today's, because you start getting plastic and getting paper waste, and it's like... back then they would burn the garbage or put it in landfills, even more than just burning it. But they weren't making... they weren't doing the same process anymore of reusing it back then.
Shit.
So during most of the 19th century, the fair quality of food waste allowed it to be mixed with manure and accessed by farmers. Like I said, they sorted out all of the bullshit, and then but then after up to the Second World War, there wasn't any soap. They weren't using actual antibacterial type of soap. But then that gets introduced when we start doing soaps and perfumes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that starts getting mixed into the waste, And now the waste isn't as good to use for farmers.
Right.
So now we're getting chemicals in it.
Yeah.
So Sweden was like, we need to find a new way to sort that out too. They were thinking ahead, man. I'm really impressed that this is happening.
Så om man säger tips till alla som undrar, hur kan vi stanna ner den här globala uppvärmningen och klimathotet? Lev som 1905. Ew!
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're still producing all of the shit, though.
Yeah. True.
So Sweden increasingly focused on sortation of trash in order to keep compost as reusable as possible. And this strategy made the full-fledged shift to recycling an easy transition, because they started with the organic, non-organic, and now they're just like, well, take this thing and put it here, this thing here, and we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
And it was easy for the average Swede to do.
Yeah.
And it just, I'm sure, I didn't look it up, but messaging, because we got messaging too, but messaging, like where the government kind of like tells you,
oh yeah,
hey, commercials, we have commercials. There was a litter.
This what up?
Yeah. We had one, Don't Mess with Texas, when I lived in Texas.
Oh really?
They had it's like a country song about recycling. Don't mess with Texas.
Wow.
And then you see somebody like throw trash out of their window and they're like, hey, and a cop might pull them over. Don't mess with Texas.
Is that crying Native American thing also?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recycle. And like I told you before, Captain Planet. I mentioned him before.
Yeah.
Captain Planet was a superhero
That you loved?
Yeah, they had the catchy song Captain Planet.
Yeah,
that was messaging for us,
Yeah.
but there's still capitalism, so
Yes, of course.
we're gonna put that shit in plastic. You go to Walmart, they're like, hey, how you doing? What was that? A pen? That's all you want? Here's your plastic bag.
Yeah.
A bag of pen.
Yeah.
Oh, it just hurts my heart.
Crazy.
So anyway, Sweden led the way with recycling and is now the best country in the world at recycling.
Pew, 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 pew.
With the discovery that trash could be a resource, Sweden led the way on that as well, turning trash into energy.
Oh.
Where, I didn't get the number here, but I did read that like 40% of the energy here is just recycled, like trash energy. Recycled waste per household in 1975 in Sweden, 38%.
Yeah.
And guess where it's at now?
87.
Close. 99%.
Whoa, shit.
99% recycle waste in Sweden. It's fucking kicking ass at that.
Wow, jag trodde jag var optimistisk. Jag var cynisk. 99.
We're so good at it, you might know this fact, that we buy trash from other countries in Europe.
Det visste jag, ja.
Yeah, in order to add to our system so that we can produce energy from their trash, because we're so fucking good at recycling.
Wow.
That we're like out of it, and we're like, hey, Finland, hey, bring that over. Hey, Romania, whatever.
Fan vad kul.
We'll pay you to get your trash.
Men det märks när man åker utomlands.
Yeah.
Man är typ såhär, det ligger plastmat och metaller. What up?
Yep. So where we're at now is a very long way from running pigs out into the streets. And that's the story of the evolution of trash collection in Sweden.
Vilken bra story! Och det är så roligt att den följer min snabbmatsgrej. See how we sync up?
Without even periods, man.
Yeah.
We did it, man. We've been doing this so long.
Snyggt.
Yeah, man.
Tack så mycket, det var kul. Det var väldigt fascinerande.
Yeah, man. I was sitting down talking to Martin, and he was just asking about Teach Me Sweden.
Yeah.
And he was like, did you know they used to run pigs in the city to eat the trash up? I was like, excuse me? And that sent me down the fucking...
Oh my God, that's funny.
And it was like, it wasn't long enough to like make an episode, but then I was like, well, we're still the best.
Yeah.
How do we get there? And that's what this came.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. If you got suggestions, this was suggested by our friend Martin Sonnerby. If you got suggestions, you can send it to us. You don't have to be sitting in my living room watching basketball highlights. You
don't have to.
You don't have to. You're welcome. But you can email me. It's a little easier for you and me if you email us at teachmesweden@gmail.com. Write it in Swedish for Erik, or you can write it in English for me.
Eller kom hem till mig. Kolla på katastroffilmer.
Yeah, or watch some Bond. Learn about James Bond.
Oh my God, I am such a Bond nerd. Nej men jag har sett mycket Bond. Whatever.
And if you want to support us on Patreon, how could they do that, Eric?
Du bara går in på patreon.com/teachmesweden och så pröjsa 10 spänn. Kan man pröjsa mer? Man kan betala mer. Så du måste inte betala 10 kronor. En del kanske lyssnar och bara säger 10 spänn, jag vill inte. Men du kan lämna mer pengar.
Yeah, man. And just do that. You get extra stuff. We got video. We're recording the video episodes, and we do extra episodes. And you get ad-free episodes too. Some people don't like ads. You don't want to be told what to purchase.
Jag hatar reklam.
Then this is not an ad.
I hate commercial, and I endorse this message.
I approve this message. Jonathan Rollins. All right. Thank y'all for checking it out. We appreciate y'all more than you know. This has been Jonathan Rollins
och Erik Broström
teaching you Sweden.
Fred, motherfuckers.